It's Riley Friday. It's a special holiday version of Riley Friday, not because it's an American holiday, but because Riley looks like he's British sometimes, and British people call vacations holidays. So Riley is on holiday right now, on his second holiday, in fact, this week. He was very clear before we clicked record to let us know he went from one island to another, live from, I believe, Hilton Head in South Carolina. We have Riley Davis. Welcome to the show, Riley.
Yeah, thanks for the introduction, Greg. Sorry, my internet's messing up right now. It had me added a little more sass on that, but yeah, I went from Kiowa. I gave some shout outs to food scene in Kiowa and the Discord. More incentive to join that in Hilton Head Island right now, both South Carolina beaches. It's been a good time. Been working on the tan, which thankfully because of my natural complexion, usually has a pretty solid base level, but can never complain. So, and as has been said on the Discord as well, I think my hair maintains nice volume with the coastal breeze.
With your natural complexion, eh? Is this where we get the 23andMe breakdown of you portion of the episode?
People forget I'm 1/4 Puerto Rican. I only mention it every couple shows.
Hold on. I hope everyone can hear this TikTok, but I've been waiting on. I had this TikTok saved for like 6 months, and I've been waiting for you in a group chat to pull like the Puerto Rican thing. I really hope people can hear this, but like this is Riley. This is you. Hold on.
Go white girl, go. Go white girl, go. I'm 25% Puerto Rican. 25, not 20, 25%. So march the way.
Like that's you.
I'm so glad you've had that saved.
People talk about go white girl,
Yes,
go white girl. No. I'm 25% Puerto Rican, not 20, 25%. Get with it.
My favorite part of that, for anyone watching the YouTube version of this, was as the video that Carter had saved was playing, Carter was lipping the words. Like I gotta think the over-under is like 1,000 that you've watched that, Cart.
I've had it in the holster for a long time. I was burning a hole in my memes folder.
You should have used it when I think there was something where I was making fun of Brian Ralph for being sunburned. That would have been your good chance to use it there.
Damn it.
Yeah. Well, no shortage of meme potential for Carter Elliott. We'll see if he has more in store later this show. Cart, do you want to open up with a YouTube comment today?
I thought we were going to change it to TikTok of the day, but I can do YouTube comment of the day most surely. Let's see what we have here. Let's go with. Okay. Let's go with this one. Green egg is not a smoker. It is the most amazing charcoal grill ever and destroys everything else. Riley, I'm going to lean on you on this one. What's the benefit of a charcoal grill? Oh, man, the Hilton Head, South Carolina is not doing me good right now.
No. Trouble.
No.
Bart, did you ask me a question? I think I'm back.
I most certainly did ask you a question. I asked you, what is the benefit of a charcoal grill?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. The charcoal grill is so versatile. And I know people love their big green eggs, like it was hinted at in this YouTube comment. Personally, I'm a Weber kettle grill kind of guy. It's simple, but it's effective. If you know what you're doing, dare I say, if you know how to work a grill properly, you can do all sorts of different things with a Weber kettle grill. You can smoke meats on it. You can smoke some more meats on it. I don't really know what else I do with it other than that, but I love a good charcoal grill. Just the flavor that it adds to it, much better than a gas grill, which doesn't really do much for me.
So you got to like basically have charcoal on deck, add it, spark it, like do that whole dance instead of just twisting the button, pressing it, and fire up occurs.
But the flavor is worth it. I don't really think a gas grill is doing much other than giving you char marks.
Okay, so you're depending on charcoal for flavor.
The charcoal is what creates the nice smoky flavor that seeps through into whatever you're grilling.
Yeah, got you. I'm out.
The gas, you're just
thank you. Thank you for that information. I'm out. I'm out.
I gotta be
I think people
Team Carter here for the record. Everybody knew that, but yeah, come on.
So what are you arguing on behalf of? Just a Blackstone or a normal gas grill?
I don't think there is nearly as much of a difference between gas grills in general and charcoal grills in general. I would advocate that a Blackstone is the best brand of any form of grill, but I understand it's personal preference. I do not get being like hoity-toity about my charcoal tastes.
Okay, I think people in the comments are going to agree with me.
Maybe.
I think it's going to be overwhelmingly team charcoal.
Riley, some definitely will. Those would be grill snobs, and it is weird to be a grill snob.
Isn't it kind of on brand for me to be a grill snob?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Cart, I'm a little bit surprised you're not a grill snob.
The thing is, when it comes to my food, I'm not dependent on outside elements. Like, I don't need to be in the perfect place. I don't need to have other things going on. It's me and the food. It's me versus them, right? Like, I'm not gonna let charcoal or a grill or a Blackstone determine what comes out on my dinner plate or my food plate after that. It's me and that food item, and we're gonna work.
Don't you think it's kind of poor talk to act like it's such a hassle to keep charcoal in the house?
Oh, well, let's not get it twisted. I have the options. I just choose just to use Blackstone. Also, what is a bag of charcoal? Like $1.50 nowadays?
Like $10.
That's
why
we don't need to break down the charcoal market, boys. I'm going to keep things moving. Before we go further into the show, I would just like to do a quick personal statement. I would like to apologize to anyone listening to or watching this episode. That's from me, from the bottom of my heart. I'm sorry. Also, I would like to say that I'm watching rugby as is Cart in the background while doing this because the Olympics are on. For those of you that listen to the show and don't enjoy when we're watching things in the background, I know that's been a critique in the past. It's going to be tough for the Olympics because for the next 3 weeks, we're just going to be watching like handball every time we're on a podcast together. Rugby looks awesome. Just want to say that real quick. They just ran like a sideline inbounds play and a man lifted up another man and then they threw the ball up top. Like that's genius. We should be doing that in basketball, I feel like, Cart.
It's a great slob. Slob.
It's a really good slob. Okay, to the Discord where we have comments to read. Shout out to everybody in the Discord. And we got a new UConn fan that joined yesterday, Cart. Shout out to Bristelli, who made his entrance by immediately saying, I'm a 2-time champ. I love that energy. We have our little crew that's like, who are you a fan of? Welcome, intro question. And Bristelli's just like, I'm a 2-time champ. Speak to me properly. I respect that immensely. We have a lot of Riley Friday comments today. I'm looking forward to this. Let's begin with Sleeve Nash. If you put LeBron on Villanova, how do they do?
This year's Villanova team, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
I think they win the title.
Let's see. So he's playing Wooga
Poplar,
Eric Dixon,
and
Sasha Gavalyagov.
Dixon and Wooga alongside Braun might be enough to win you a title.
Junior
Brickus is getting sent.
I can't believe we started dipping into the roster. Like, they're going to win it. They're going to win it all.
Do you think, like, Kyle Neptune coaching LeBron, would they be the preseason #1 team in the country if they had LeBron on Villanova?
They should.
Braun's the coach. Braun's first move after joining Villanova is, like, demoting Kyle Neptune.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's true. Why do I feel like they wouldn't win the title? Is that crazy?
I feel like you were going to come with a take that they wouldn't even win the Big East. Like, they would still finish, like, third behind UConn and Marquette.
I think they'd obviously win a bazillion games, but like back to like the general flukiness of March. And also, couldn't you see a scenario where like they lose to UConn twice and LeBron just talks about how much he loves Dan Hurley and tries to get Dan Hurley coaching at Villanova?
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think the college schedule would help LeBron at this stage, though. He's only playing, like 30-ish games before the tournament starts?
That's true. It's
Got
very
a lot of rest in between games too.
This question seemed to trigger a big discussion about NBA players in college, so I think we have more coming in a second here. Tristan says, "Who is the Doc Rivers of college basketball?"
Who's getting the bump for a title that he won 20 plus years ago? I guess Doc wasn't that long ago. Doc was what, 15 years ago
know a
when he got a
guy,
title?
Cart? Do you know a guy who's getting a bump for a title they won 20 plus years ago? Maybe one that employed his son when maybe he had a role he didn't deserve.
One that employed his son.
I would say more than Izzo is Shaka. Shaka could get the Doc Rivers because he's like parlayed that Final Four run into the Texas job. People still kind of like.
Actually, yeah, I think Doc needs to be a job jumper, so that disqualifies Izzo since he stayed at MSU the whole time.
I agree.
I like the Shaka shout. Your Serbian boiler says semi Djokovic comment. Ben Shelton is a little bitch. Both him and his camp deserved the phone celly. He, Tsitsipas, and Zverev are the real villains out there, in my opinion. Screw all those dudes. I agree with most of this comment. For the record, your Serbian boiler, I am not a Ben Shelton guy. I'm obviously not a Zverev guy. With that said, put some respect on my boy Stefanos. First off, his name is Stefanos. Second of all, best hair in professional sports. Third of all, him and Giannis are boys, and they flex on the gram a lot together. I really like that energy. As far as dudes who have never won anything go, Stefanos is near the top of the list for me.
You're a big Greek athlete guy, but I feel like you don't like Mediterranean food.
I love Greek dressing. It's the only salad dressing that I respect at all.
Really?
And I did work at a Greek restaurant where I like flipped gyros and Greek salads.
Shout out to Luhas.
Yeah, so I have a soft spot in my heart for Greece.
What about you? Seem like you eat a Euro without tzatziki though.
Yeah, I hate tzatziki. It's gross.
That's insane to me.
I hate Euros.
Okay, pita bread slaps.
Love
Think of how
pita
versatile pita bread is.
Pita
You
bread.
really don't like Euros?
No, I
You're
don't
not
like
just lying. You're not just making it up to I don't know. Add.
All
Just
right.
for fun?
I need to take a deep self look within if I'm being judged online because I say I don't like Euros. That means I'm lying way too much. That's
But
this
I've
is a
never
full
met
circle.
anybody who doesn't like a Euro.
I think you need to roll in some different circles.
That is about your social circle, Riley. That's not
Like that's the initiation fee. It's like name,
Yeah.
height, weight, and then Euros, check yes or no.
Yeah, exactly. It makes sense. Also, don't want to skip over the fact that I said I love Grease. I love all forms of Grease. Grease the movie, Grease Lightning, Travolta, Special, Olivia Newton-John, respect her. And then Grease, like pizza grease. Obviously, good grease.
Is it a good grease?
Yeah, I don't think there's ever been a grease that has like de-enhanced my life.
Why do I feel like, okay, I might have to call you out on this one. Why do I feel like you've hit the paper towel pat on pizza before?
If it's like extremely too greasy, yeah.
Okay,
But
I feel like that
definitely
makes you
want
anti-grease
grease.
in this case.
No, that makes me anti-excess. That's for all things.
Carter,
Gotcha.
this sounds like a college hoops to go anecdote where maybe Greg was lathering up in some Vicks Vapo Rub before hitting a little paper towel action on some pizza.
Listen, folks, I'm not a liar. Okay, I'm not.
Vic's thing was crazy. Jay Hart says, who has the best year in college out of these three players if they played a year in college? Luka, LeBron, Wemby.
Ooh. Say Bron.
I think this is an easy answer.
I
Bron.
say it's Wembanyama.
Wow, we're all on different paths. I say Luka. Wow.
What's the argument for Luka?
So I think if you're actually envisioning each one in college, you have to apply it to like when they would have been in college. If LeBron was in college in 23, I don't think whoever he plays for like goes all the way in on a freshman that way. Kind of the way like everybody back. I mean, I guess Carmelo was a huge part of that, but he like fit into a team with Jerry McNamara on it. He didn't put up stupid numbers. Wemby is just a big. Like, I think Wemby's great and obviously would be incredible, but it's hard for a 7-foot dude to like do that in college to me. Luca would be like a triple double every night if he played in like any conference that isn't Kentucky or Duke, right? That's the only way he wouldn't average like 37 and 7.
Yeah, I think Brown would do the same thing though.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Don't you,
I mean, I see the argument for like Braun maybe being a little more held back in 2003 had he gone. With Wembanyama, that's a good point of as far as like he'd be a little more dependent on guards to get him involved, but at the same time, he's 7'3" and can handle. Like he might just say, "Hey, I'm taking the ball up the court. You got to let me." And
But
if
also
not, I'm getting a touch every
that's
time.
just like bigs in college though. Like even I mean, obviously not the same level or something like that, but Zach Edey averaged like 23 a game. Just like given the aspect of him being a big. Now, obviously, Wemby's on a different level than Edey, but like there is something to say about like you think of all the generational big men that have come through like the college ranks. I mean, they were averaging great numbers in college, but nothing just like, oh my God, out of this world.
didn't Anthony Davis average like 12?
Yeah,
Like,
but like 4 blocks.
Yeah, I think it was like four. I think it was more like 14, 8, and like 4
I
blocks.
mean, I do
Freshman
think
on a
Wemby would
national
average like 9 blocks a game. It would be insane. But the scoring, I don't know.
That's a fun question. Fun hypothetical. Sleeve Nash says, been gone for a couple days for a work trip listening to yesterday's episode. Greg, stop bitching about Michigan's generous B+ grade.
This is in the transfer class thing, I believe.
Y'all replaced an 8-win team with a mid-major team. You should be happy with a C+, let alone a B+. This star you're talking about averaged 2 points a game his freshman season. That's double Chaz Lanier 2 seasons ago. After he had a great season, then you go, maybe he just had an anomaly year. Why aren't we doing this with Danny Wolf? By the way, I don't give an F about what anyone says about Danny's offseason shit. The games are played between the 4 lines starting in October and November. Your 2 best players are from mid-majors who have collapsed playing good competition, and your head coach had 1 fluky run. Here comes the Underwood comment. Your starting point guard averaged 6 points a game for an Auburn team with no good guards, so I just don't know what we're talking about here. Thank you so much, Sleeve, for all of that.
Feisty comments section today. We've had multiple bitch drops, and it's not even 9:50 a.m.
where we are right now. Yeah, I don't know. The only thing I feel like I can pull out and actually respond to this that's tangible is the difference between how I evaluate Lanier versus Danny Wolf. There's a massive difference between a guy playing 3 seasons of basketball and only scoring 4 points a game in all of them, and then having a great senior year versus a guy who didn't play as a freshman and was a star as a sophomore. Like that's just trajectory breakout stuff. Guys don't play as freshmen all the time, become stars as sophomores. Kobe Buffkin's a great example with Juwan Howard. He didn't play, star as a sophomore. That's normal. What's not normal is a guy who can't crack it at the mid-major level for 3 consecutive years, turns 22, and is all of a sudden the most efficient player in the country. That's like unprecedented and unheard of. And yes, is a reason that I'm skeptical of Lanier. I think Wolf skepticism is fine. I think any skepticism of Michigan is fine. C+, whatever grade you want to give them, I don't really care. I'm not saying Michigan's good. I think they're a bubble team. I'm saying I have players that I'm excited to watch, and that alone is worth a vibes grade that is good. Like, goddamn, Illinois is great, but some of y'all are talking in a crazy way for me. You're talking spicy lately, and I don't know how to feel about it, Cart.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. And also on that same note, sorry about this, Riley, but Sleep Nash, you're a bitch. How about that? Straight up.
Whoa.
Who you calling a bitch? Cuz you a bitch.
Whoa.
Made 1 Elite 8. Shut your ass up.
Whoa. Okay, I did not expect to get there today. Cart was feisty before we clicked record, though. So
I guess this makes sense.
Oh man, for real. Like, God, I mean, we give all these dudes all the credit in the world for Illinois doing what they do, and they like puff your chest in an inch. Just an inch. Like, you're not doing a great job. I guess like you can't act like you've been there before because you haven't been there before, but there has to be some level of act like you've been there before. You didn't go to a Final Four. You made an Elite 8. Great season. Great job. But like, come on, man. Like, let's take a little step back here. Just a little one.
Just a teeny tiny one,
Yeah,
maybe.
don't talk to my co-host like that.
All
Respectfully.
right.
I'm
All
on
right.
that.
I didn't ask for that, but I appreciate that. Let's move on. Malik Perry says, I didn't know Boswell played for Auburn. Let me fact check Sleeve Hawk Tua. That's right. He played at Arizona. Silly me, Sleeve. You got me. LOL. So, Cart, I think Malik is aligned with you. He just wants to protect me from Sleeve right now.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes you got to protect yours. Salute to you, Malik.
I appreciate you, Malik. The only person who could bring Malik and Carter together is Sleeve Nash. This is the Discord at its finest. Guy says, Happy Riz Day to all who celebrate. Riley, do you think that a Twitter rant about the A10 would be absolutely electric and good for the brand? Greg and Carter seem to be strangely down on the idea.
Okay, let's get into a little brand talk. It would be on brand for Guy to do that, and therefore you would say maybe it's quote unquote good for the brand. But let's step back and look at the greater picture and see, is this a good brand? Good for the brand, but it's not a good brand.
It's very well put.
That's profound. Actually, on that note, Riley, can I get like a third-party assessment, a quick audit on our social media and us giving Guy more freedom on our social media? Because I think, to your point, Guy is tweeting like Guy from the Sleepers account. And that's, I think, what we want, because we're fine with it and we love Guy. But also, is it going to become a problem for us if people start to like wonder what's going on with the Sleepers account when it sounds like Guy and not the Sleepers account? Like, he dropped a tweet yesterday that was just like, you guys are all addicts. That's why you're here, right? Subscribe to our channel.
Yeah,
what's going on?
That tweet does not sound like Carter or Greg at all, but I think it's okay. I sort of see Guy as he's our own Kasparis Yakashonis, where we might be higher on him than some other outlets would be, but we see the upside. We see the on ball skills, the creation ability. What other like NBA draft buzzwords can I throw at Guy? Event creation. He has it. So we're just, letting him play through some mistakes, working it out. Like Greg said on another show, we're gonna have to step in if we get a 3 a.m. California time rant about the Mountain West Conference. But again, that's part of the experience. I support the decision. I think it's going to pay off.
Card, are you happy with Guy's performance thus far still on socials?
I am because I appreciate the passion and the effort. With that said, straight up, some of the tweets stink. That's fine though. That's fine.
Do you have any
Okay,
specific
can I
ones
interject?
that stink?
Sorry to turn this in.
Go ahead, Riley.
This is just a personal favorite, like Carterism of mine. As long as we're like indulging the banter aspect side of things, I love when Carter criticized people's tweets. Like one of the funniest things he said was, it was in regards to a Kevin Sweeney tweet where he said, "CBB Central stinks." Like this is the lead college basketball writer for Sports Illustrated, who's had that Twitter handle forever, and Carter just comes out throwing haymakers saying, "Hey, you need to change that." I love it. So I'm all for making this a more regular occurrence.
You are clearly content starved. Why else would you be on this website? So you should go get informed, at least prepare for the CBB season on the Sleepers Media YouTube channel. What in the what I love Guy, but that sounds like someone would tweet that if they worked at if they're selling a couch at Art Van or something like that. You starved for a sectional? We got you over here. Come on down to our liquidation sale, 40% off all love seats. And while you do this, there's also a 15% rebate that you can use towards another purchase before we close and move to our new location on 15 Mile starting next month. Art Van, where furniture is us. And here's our YouTube channel. That's what it reads to me.
That was iconic. Number one. Number two, I've changed my mind completely. I love that tweet now. Guy's doing a great job.
I'm all the way in. Okay. I Maynard says, Happy Riley Friday. Carter, if you want to significantly increase your son's chances of getting superpowers like Peter Parker or Bruce Banner, his first name should start with an E. Something like Elliot or Elijah Elliott. Elliott's kind of nice.
Yeah, Elliott was in play. It got cut though.
too close to L. Ellis?
Yeah. Also too close to Eli Ellis. Sorry, Ralph.
You don't want an Eli?
No, he uses the word Riz too much.
Yeah. Okay. Manor says Hurts. Actually, you know what? I got to stop here. A lot of people have given Carter baby name ideas. Riley, I feel like you'd be great at this. Do you have any for him?
I do like Elijah. I kind of want to come up with one on my own. If we want to stay in the prophetical realm, Isaiah Elliott is really nice. You get some of the same like alliteration, even though it's an I. Let me workshop some more ideas, but I appreciate the invitation.
Yeah, that'd be
Please,
nice.
please send them my way.
Did you hear Cadeau Elliott? That was somebody's proposal.
That kind of slaps.
It kind of goes.
I kind of like it.
I really like it. Manor says, heard someone say college coaches should be coaching Team USA because they are used to taking guys who spent their whole lives as the best player on a team and teaching them how to be a role player. 2 questions. Number 1, is there any truth to this? And number 2, can you draft a staff with 1 head coach and 2 assistants? Manor's staff would be Bill Self as head coach, Matt Painter, and Kevin Keats as assistants. A Kevin Keats shout. I can only suspect that was put there just to needle Riley Davis a little bit. Do you think there's any truth to the fact that college coaches succeed with Team USA for that reason?
My internet went out for the first part of the question. I heard something about the role players. Can you repeat the question one more time?
Basically, college coaches have more success with Team USA because they're used to taking guys who spent their whole life being a star and teaching them how to be a role player.
Huh.
I'd say no,
That's
to be
actually-
honest
that's
with you. I'd say no. Like I think more of the issues right now is who is actually the head coach of Team USA basketball. Steve Kerr, you're under surveillance. Just know that. But like the staff as a whole, I think is a great like conglomerate of coaches that are well respected and that the players like and respect. I believe it's Spoelstra's on the staff. I think Ty Lue's on the staff as well. So yeah, like I get it. Like I get the notion of they know how to deal with certain players, but I don't know if I'd go as far as, and I don't know if you heard the second part of it, Riley, but Maynard chose Kevin Keats to be on his staff for his draft in the USA basketball team. I don't know if he didn't draft Hubert. I know that.
Yeah, Keats is an insane pull. I would have him nowhere near my Team USA staff.
Yeah. That one's weird for me. I don't think it has anything to do with like stars versus role players and development, stuff like that. I do think college coaches in general are better built to have success with Team USA, but it's more intangible, nonsense driven. It's like, I think the whole premise of an Olympic month, right? You basically get together in the summer, you do a month of prep, and then you do 2 weeks of games at the Olympics, and then you're done. It's very short. To me, like you want it to feel like everyone's more there, like for each other and like team driven, happy. Everybody's here for their country, something bigger than themselves. And that's inherently college basketball to an extent. Like college coaches every year are trying to get a group of 12 kids to buy into that type thing, whereas NBA coaches are just coaching guys that have their paycheck and trying to win as many games out of 80 as they can. So I think there is something to that. Like you want it to feel different than an NBA roster when you get there, but that's a mental, emotional trick. I think the issue right now is that college has an issue right now with coaches. We have Bill Self and John Calipari, and who else would we consider like a legend? Like who? Izzo? Do we have any other Hall of Fame coaches still coaching?
It's a few.
Yeah, I was gonna
kinda, but like to me, and Painter's getting up there, I guess. But it just, you used to have Coach K, and say what you want about Coach K. He was a legend. If you didn't have Coach K, you had Jay Wright. Like to me, college basketball as a sport has suffered a little bit because a lot of the best coaches have just decided to call it quits. And if we were trying to pluck a coach from college to coach Team USA right now, the only one that I think should even be gifted an opportunity would be Bill Self. And to be honest, Bill Self's personality doesn't feel like it's best for that,
Yeah. I'm not trolling here. I think aesthetically speaking, Dusty May would be a good fit for Team USA. Like he would rock the quarter zips. He kind of would be there. You have the staff of NBA people. He'd be a good face. He wouldn't destroy the team like Kerr. I could see that working out.
I could see that. I could 100% see that. If I were trying to pick the dream Team USA staff, it would. This doesn't count as a college coach, I guess, but it should. I would want Brad Stevens to do it for the next 3 decades until he's done. Hand that to Brad. He's just our Olympic coach. He doesn't coach anything else. And I think there would be a mystique around it the same way there was with K.
I like those picks.
Okay. Let's see. Middle name Mateen says, I would like to take this time to bring awareness to the fact that there was a player that averaged 0.3 more points than Kobe, 0.4 more rebounds than Giannis, and 0.2 more assists than LeBron, each in their best seasons, and he's never mentioned in the GOAT debate. That's right. Stephen Mateen Izzo put up better college stats than all 3 of those, even if you combine their college numbers. He better start getting the recognition he deserves.
The move against Rutgers was very nice. And while we're here, I would like to commend Tom Izzo for one thing. I think a lot of guys talk about like naming their son or their child like their middle name of like one of their favorite players or things. I give him credit for actually going the distance here and naming his son Steven, giving him the middle name Mateen. Like
Is that actually Steven Izzo's middle name?
Yeah,
It is. Yeah.
So that's where middle name Mateen derives from.
yes,
Never knew that.
Correct. Yeah.
like Riley, have you said the name of your son on this here? I don't want to like.
Yeah.
dox your-
I mean, do you want his full name? It's Theodore Robert Davis.
Okay, like
after my grandfather and Natalie's grandfather.
yeah, well, all respect to them. Theodore Hubert Davis, like Theodore Marcus Page Davis, Theodore Sean May Davis would have slept. There's options there.
Or Sean May Davis is crazy. Okay. Maynard says UNC's non-conference schedule is out. They got Hawaii November 22nd, then in the Maui Invitational from November 25th through 27th. Is this genius scheduling, or are they setting themselves up for failure by running in Hawaiian sand for 3 days leading up to the tournament? Do you like that move, Riley?
I don't. I liked it in 2017, or excuse me, I think it was the 2016-17 season. Last time UNC won Maui, won the national championship. They did the same thing where they played at Hawaii before Maui. But I bought that team as a national title contender, and it felt less trappy to go play at Hawaii just for fun. This team still has a lot of youth. I don't like going on the road for like what has been a pretty decent mid-major over the past couple of years. I want to run from the grind a little bit and duck some smoke before we go to Maui.
Yeah.
But longer Maui trip is fun, right? Like they just
true.
get a week in Hawaii, a week on the
Yeah,
island.
hopefully it's good for team camaraderie. Hopefully it's good for some bonding experiences, maybe some nice flicks on the beach.
Yeah, you're gonna get some generational. Well, Paxton's gone now. Who's the new Paxton Wojcik on this team? Cade Tyson.
I think we're gonna get like Cade Tyson with a plate of suckling pig and a Hawaiian shirt, like dapping up.
Yeah,
I need him
I haven't looked at a headshot of Cade Tyson in a while. I need to pull this up.
That's how disappointing for you, Cart. Haven't been staring at Cade Tyson headshots lately.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's gonna be some content with this guy. God, doesn't the new season of Outer Banks come out this year?
It does.
Yeah, this is gonna relax, Cade.
Okay.
Not like I haven't seen a guy naked before. Relax, John B. Like he's got a John B ass face.
Oh man, I got beef with John B, but that's for another day.
No, he looks like Topher.
Bristelli says 5 Illinois videos in 2 days. Other teams need some love. Heart. Cart, you want to address that one?
I mean, we try to do the best we can. We don't necessarily cater to one fan base whatsoever. I will say this. How do you pronounce his Discord name?
Bristelli, I think.
Every time I hear Bristelli, all I say afterwards is, "Hey, I'm walking here." Like he's got that type of name. And I feel like he's saying that in the Discord right now. Like, hey, where's my video at? Where are you UConn at?
I just think it's odd timing when we did 2 UConn videos yesterday. And I think we've done at least 4 UConn videos this week. So, yeah, look, we do a lot of videos. Like with the volume that we're doing, yeah, there's probably going to be something Illinois oriented almost every day right now. They also do a lot of things as a program. Like,
right.
There's a lot of volatility there, good and bad, with random things happening. So, Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's a fair critique. Interesting
got-
from
We got a lot of videos for different strokes or whatever the phrase is.
Cart, what do you say to those people that like is a contingent that's like, you guys make way too many things. Stop.
I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is do something about it. What are you gonna do? You're gonna log into our system and not let us upload? You could try. Like, do something about it. Instead of just talking about it, do something.
Burner.
If I didn't want somebody posting, I would
Greg,
hack
what
their
was that?
I would hack their YouTube. But obviously some people aren't built like that. Do something about it for real.
What was it, Riley?
I was gonna ask, what was that lyric you had that one time? If you think I'm bluffing, I'm gonna make a call to the bench. I got a 6'7" friend.
Yeah, if you think I'm bluffing, I'm gonna make a call to the bench. I got a 6'7" friend that wants all of the texts.
Simple as that.
Here.
And then there's a Shaka Smart line that ends in slitting all of your necks.
My word.
Yeah, I was proud of that one. Burner says, this is a very simple question. Would you come to my wedding? And then he tagged me, and then he tagged Sleepers Media. Speaking for myself, non-0% chance. Yes, non-zero. I'm not saying it's great. I'm not even putting it at 10%, but it is higher than 0%. It becomes infinitely higher if Carter and I go together to this wedding.
Right. Also, who's the +1?
Hey, where's my shout?
I'm just assuming you would not go to a Sleepers Discord member's wedding, Riley.
If y'all are going, I'm probably in.
I think you got a little too much dip on your chip here.
I think that probably is doing a lot of work in that sense. I think Natalie's going to be like, what are you committing to in your AirPods right now?
I'm committing to a wedding that I'm going to with Greg and Carter. Like,
Also, I update right now. I would not go because Carter would not be able to go because he wouldn't be able to find a dog sitter. So it'd be tough.
Hey,
I
but
remember that.
Pierre can put on his service dog vest and he's good to go. No one's gonna kick out a service dog.
he had his first day of training yesterday.
Let's go.
He's
Big
doing
things for
training?
Pierre.
Yeah, he's getting trained.
Wait, where did this come from? This would have
Yeah.
been nice to know last week.
Yeah, he's getting trained. Gotta.
What happened? Where did this come from?
We're gonna have a newborn in the house in like 2 months, and the boy's wild, and he doesn't listen.
Has he ever been trained before?
No.
Ah, yeah, that's probably smart.
We going to like a private trainer or who's training?
We got a local spot here in Ferndale, who actually they bring the trainer to your house. So like the trainer comes over, got a little package, like 4 hours, I think total. So like an hour a week for 4 weeks. And then we got to like work with them in the meantime. We're getting the e-collar and the little collar. I think it's called a slip collar. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Heel, go, break, all that. Yeah, but we've been working. I actually did some work for like 30 minutes this morning before I hopped on here.
Wow. What are we working
Yeah,
on?
we're in the lab. Like I'm letting him know now. He's pissed too because I'm in there like I'm not your friend right now. Like
Wow.
I'm your coach.
What are we working on?
We're working on place. That's the first step. Like he barks whenever someone comes to the door, or whenever someone comes in. Greg, you've been in my house. He runs up to you, jumps all on you. We can't have that. So we're working on that right now.
No more jumpy jumps?
No more jumpy jumps until I say so.
Then we get the jumpy jumps. Sad day for P. All right. Well, good on you. Good luck with the training. You probably don't need to hear this, but my dog failed out of dog training school years ago.
Benji's very well behaved though.
I appreciate that. I think he has a naturally good temperament and very poor training skills.
Yeah, we're lucky with that. Moving on.
Also got a lower half built like a dump truck.
Okay. Burner says, which of Cart or Greg would be an Android guy? My money is on Cart 100%. Greg definitely was at one point and was the guy that would defend Android heavily, then switched to iPhone, and it completely changed his life. I've never had Android. I've always been Team iPhone.
I've always been Team iPhone since the first one came out.
Yeah. Do we have like
Also
an
always
Android
Team
person in
iPhone,
our
for the
world?
record.
Do we have an Android person in our world anywhere, like in group chats with the three of us? It used to be Connor Hope.
Yeah, I can't. Steve Manchu used to be an Android guy until 3 years ago.
I think Connor Hope just flipped to iPhone like a couple weeks ago, and it's made our group chat significantly smoother. So
Shout out to Connor Hope. Malik says, I might be too late for Riley Friday. No, you're not. I still remember in one of the videos with Greg, Riley said Cadeau was a lottery pick. Still can't get that out of my head.
Hope Riley don't think that still.
Can we move on? Although we do, Greg and I made a bet at the Final Four on Cadeau getting drafted. I don't know if you remember this one.
Oh, I do.
Do you remember what the stakes are?
I don't remember the stakes. What are the stakes?
If Cadeau gets drafted, you have to get your cartilage pierced. If he doesn't get drafted, I have to get a nose ring.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That's a fun one.
That's a really fun one. He's not getting drafted. I feel so good about
I
that.
need him to get drafted. I've heard some things, Greg.
Rumblings on the chat.
There's some good rumbling.
Chateau St. John on the way.
I get it. I Maynard says, "Hey, Malik Cadeau is on the Chapel Hill patented 5-star. Takes 5 years to get to the league track."
Any comment, Riley?
All those 5 stars, and you still got swept last year. Still got packed up by our senior citizens. So you can come talk. You can come talking if y'all sweep us this year.
I Maynard saw somewhere Phil Knight said Oregon has unlimited access to NIL so they can win in football. Why don't we see this energy for basketball?
Because the court's ugly.
People just like football more than basketball. That's why we don't see it for basketball. I don't think there will ever be a school with an unlimited budget in basketball.
Just my 2 cents. Fam says, "Happy Bluffs Friday to all who celebrate for Bluffs. I'm looking for a follow-up from the comment earlier this week asking what's your go-to fit you always pull off well?"
It's either a pair of Dunks or some Jordan 11s. It's one of probably the most important part. And most recently, it's been that the black oversized shirt that makes my shoulders look big.
From what store?
It's a Boohoo Man shirt.
Boohoo Man. Okay. Like that.
Maybe some Nike.
Sneaky,
been big on the Nike shorts recently.
Sneaky sneakerhead, Riley, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, not as much as I used to be. Probably like 4 or 5 years ago, I had a knack for like finding Jordans below retail on StockX and just capitalizing, but the resale market sort of submarined that gift of mine. So shifted more into Dunks from Jordans over the past year or so. But yes, I still love sneakers, just don't buy them as much as I used to.
Can we get a list of the top 5 things Riley Davis has a knack for in everyday life?
Please.
Lighting a charcoal grill.
This is also going to be turned into a graphic, so.
All right. Let's see. I do knack for finding Jordans below retail would probably be number 3.
Hold on. Lighting a charcoal grill is 1.
That's not actually true.
Finding Jordans below retail. Okay, what else?
I can eat a lot of sushi.
Eat a lot of sushi. Okay.
A knack for slamming weights really loudly at the gym to make sure everybody knows that I'm slinging some weights.
I don't think that's something you want to have a knack for, but okay.
So what are we at? We said lighting a charcoal grill,
eat a lot of sushi, finding Jordans below retail, slamming weights really loudly. I'm looking for one more.
What do I have a knack for?
Not knowing 5 things off the top of your head you have a knack for is
that's
crazy. Concerning.
That's crazy.
I know. I'm slightly concerned now too.
Prayer.
Running all your fingers through your hair. You have a knack for that.
Okay, that definitely is top 5.
Yeah,
that might be number 1. I think that's number 1, Greg.
Yeah,
running fingers through his hair.
Can we get the top 5 read back?
Number 5, slamming weights really loudly. Number 4, finding Jordans below retail. Number 3, eating a lot of sushi. Number 2, lighting a charcoal grill. Number 1, running fingers through his hair.
That's a good list. Also, we're going to move on because I don't want to get too caught up on this. Riley, you said you consider yourself a sneakerhead, right?
Loosely, yes.
Okay, I got it. I bet any money in the world, if I went to your IG right now and I scrolled all the way back, have you ever just posted a pictures of shoes like #got 'em?
I've definitely shared it on an Instagram story. there might be a photo of some shoes. I think there is a photo of some
Oh, I'm,
shoes back
oh, I'm
there, but they aren't even like. I can think of it. There's the Jordan. If they're not even like retros, which probably makes it worse. I would always add the retros to the story, but this was when I got I like hooped in these shoes for a little bit. I think they're the Jordan 29s. They're like the Carolina blue colorway that Marcus Page wore.
Yep, you're right. I can see him.
I knew exactly which one was back
Yep,
there. Yeah,
yep.
I love those.
I
Great
love
shoes to
I
hoop
love
in,
that
but
you added Marcus Page to the photo dump at the end and like showed him wearing the shoes. That's also great. Also, I've never tapped into your old IG pics. You had an incredible beard. An incredible one. What is
Yeah,
going on?
he's been hiding a beard. That was part of my diss track research months ago for Riley.
I hate that. Bring it
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, what is it with that, Riley? Why don't you go beard often?
I don't like how itchy it gets. That would tie into the run from the grind part, but I don't know. Maybe I'll let it grow again this upcoming winter.
You're
Just to spice it up a little bit.
You're so clean shaven. That's the thing. Like you make it appear you can't grow a beard. Do you shave every morning, Riley?
Yes, I do.
Wow.
Every morning. Wow, that's impressive.
That's crazy.
I'm a shave every morning kind of guy.
All right. Let's see. Final comment today. Ethan sent a picture of it's one of those memes of like a kid in Sperry's and short shorts. Yeah, it said we already know Bluffs is pulling up like this. Final comment today is what are you guys looking forward to most this upcoming college football season? Let's go around the horn. Riley, what are you looking forward to the most?
Probably just the expanded playoff. It might result in a lot of blowouts, but I hope we just get at least one unexpected upset.
Two things. I'm excited to watch Aiden Childs. I am excited to watch the extended college football playoff. And secondly, I'm excited to watch my coach with zero aura. He has no aura. He dresses like his fits from Dockers. My guy's all football, no gimmicks, and it's refreshing. No catchphrases, no anything, just football, football, football. And I'm ready to watch that.
Yeah, that is nice. Very nice. I loved the comments from him at Big Ten Football Media Day. Very straight and to the point. It was nice. I'm looking forward to the new Big Ten teams like Oregon, USC playing football in our conference is going to be really cool to me. Until we get dog walked by them, and then I'm like, this sucks. Every team's 8-4 now. But I'm also looking forward to the fact that both Michigan and Michigan State have new coaches. I feel like when that game gets here and we see Jonathan Smith and Sharon Moore on the sidelines, it's going to feel very strange. Like there's less animosity ingrained into those two human beings than there used to be in the Harbaugh era and the Mel Tucker era. So we'll see. I'm looking forward to that. That's the comments today. Great job, everybody. Join the Discord. There's a link in the description of this video. If you join the Discord, I'll give a quick plug for why. It is truly the number one way to support us in the off season. A lot of people don't know this, but like when the season gets around, we kind of just have revenue streams as sleepers now that we are more of a legitimate company. Like things will pop up. We'll get contract work with various entities. Sponsors will come out of the woodwork to work in the summer months, in the dog days, in July. That stuff dries up a good amount. And if you want to support us and make sure that we can keep making content on a day-to-day, truly the only to the point way to do so is to join the Discord. $9.99 a month. We try to make it worth your while. I'm going to do a giveaway today, by the way, because we just got our sleepers paychecks this morning. So we're going to do a giveaway in the Discord today, some sort of like $50 contest for something stupid that I come up with this afternoon. And Riley Davis, Brian Ralph, Carter, myself are in there. Stephen Bardo joined this week. Evan Miyakawa's in there. Tristan Freeman from Busting Brackets is in there. Joe Jackson is in there. A bunch of people that are great college basketball people are in the community now. I think we have like 970 people that have joined. Not all those are paid members, but 970 people thinking about it. I like those numbers. Link in the description to join. We can get to the show in just a moment, but first, Riley, how's the air conditioning in your room right now?
Not great, actually.
I mean,
I could really, really use a little lob thrown from Duncan Mechanical.
I kind of figured
as such. I really did. Bad news for you, Duncan Mechanical. They serve Northeast Indiana and Southern Michigan. And last I checked, Hilton Head Island is not in one of those two locations. But we know we'll take care of you whenever you make your inevitable trip to the Midwest. Whether it's heating, air conditioning, plumbing, kitchen, bath remodeling, emergency services, vacation planning, really anything, just a friend. Duncan Mechanical has you covered. DuncanMechanicalSolutions.com is where you can go. You can get 20% off HVAC services if you just tell them the Sleepers sent you. Code Sleepers. We have like a week left of this partnership with Duncan Mechanical. Also, I don't know how much you guys actually know this or not, but like HVAC services are expensive as shit. Like,
I know, brother.
20% off is like kind of huge as an offer. And that's not me doing the ad read. That's me just like realizing how good of an offer that is. So we got a week left. Take advantage of that. DuncanMechanicalSolutions.com. Link in the description of the video. And Riley, do you have a word from the Lord today?
I do. And I picked a verse that is kind of the opposite of run from the grind, just to add a little balance to our perspective today. So this comes from James chapter 1, verses 2-3. It says, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance." So I want the sleepers to be encouraged this weekend that as you go forward, when you do face trials, that eventually it'll strengthen you. It'll be something that might even work to your benefit once you get out on the other side. So sleepers, you have been awakened.
Good message going into the weekend. I need that.
That was refreshing and uplifting. Amen. What's our first topic today, Riley?
So this one comes from Maynor, the resident Duke fan in the Discord, who I have formed an unlikely bond with. I got to give a shout out to him, but he threw this out there earlier in the week and said, if you matched up every Power Four, I guess Power Five, let's include the Big East in this, if you match their first team all conference units against one another, who would win? So we're going to hash that out. I have like picked my personal all conference teams, but I want to outsource it to y'all a little bit to get some feedback and see if I had any oversights. But shall we just go through these 5 leagues and talk through the top 5 players? And I didn't just think about it in terms of top 5 players. I did consider a little bit of what the on-court fit would be, try to get a good combination of the 5 who are going to be very productive, but also sort of like by position, as in guards, bigs, and wings. So.
Okay. I like this exercise. What conference do we want to start with?
I did it alphabetical, so we can start with the ACC.
ACC. Okay. Oh, I mean, okay. So you have RJ Davis, obviously, in there. I'm guessing you have RJ at the 2.
Actually, I had RJ at the 1. Had Hunter Salas at the 2.
Who'd you have at the 3?
Jameer Watkins.
Wow.
Okay. I'm trying to think if Cooper Flagg made this team, correct?
Cooper Flagg's at the 4. And then I have Maxime Reynaud at the 5.
Oh,
and
come on.
Wait,
okay,
the dude from Stanford?
Yeah, but that's not like, I think he's good. I think he's really talented offensively, but it's also a reflection that there's just not a lot of good 5 men in that league.
I'm trying to think if we're missing. I mean, I guess
you could throw Malowach on there, but I also wanted to add if we want to go with the caveat that you can only pick one player from each team, or do you want to just go straight up, like have multiple Kansas guys on the Big 12 team?
I think we can go. I think we can go multiple. I will say this, through that first time through, the ACC might be the worst team. Would you say?
Yeah. I like RJ. I mean, RJ, Hunter Salas, and Cooper Flagg is really good. But after that, you're struggling a little bit. Like, I guess, I mean, we could take out Watkins for Jaleel Bethea and run 3 guards.
I have a question real quick. As we build these teams, are we trying to define who we think will make the all-conference team, or just build the best group of 5 team?
I started out thinking it would be more of an all-conference where positions don't matter, but as I was hashing it out, I kind of wanted to make it fit to where you could actually see these teams playing together on a basketball court.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. God, the bigs in this league do stink.
There's it's either, I think it's either Reno, Malowach, or Bainadongo. That's who we're looking at. Or maybe if you want to throw Case and Pryor in there, I'll I'd let that slide too.
I have a different one. I would go Ian Shefflin as the big.
Shefflin over Reno or Ndongo?
So Carter knows this. I am
Yeah,
super out on
he's
Renault.
not a Reno guy.
I'm just not like I think it's completely empty numbers, and I get you can pick out every Stanford player for the last 5 years, and Harrison Ingram ended up good. We think Miles Rice is going to end up good. Cannon Carlisle's promising. At a certain point, how does a team have or sorry, Miles Rice isn't from there. It's Cannon Carlisle I'm thinking of. How does a team have all of those guys on it and lose as many games as Stanford does? You got like
Gerard Haas.
I get that too, but like the part of this was just my annoyance with like Michigan State Twitter, who was freaking out like Renault was their answer at center. But like the concept that like, oh, Renault's going to enter the portal and every school on earth will offer him, and then he just ended up at Stanford again. Like maybe that wasn't accurate. Maybe he's not the most coveted center in all of college basketball just because he scored 15 a game for a shitty team.
I'll die on this hill that dude is really good.
Yeah, I think he's nice too. I don't think he can
Why is he
guard
back at
anybody,
Stanford?
I couldn't tell you.
I mean, I
cannot
can't
tell you about
imagine he's back at Stanford if great schools wanted him.
He's really nice. Something must have, I don't know if he's built differently, but like the dude is nice.
Okay.
So who are Card? If you're the tiebreaker, if I said Reno, Greg said Shefflin, who would you take at the 5?
I'm over here trying to workshop how I can just move Cooper Flag to the 5 and then just rock with somebody else at the 4.
What if we do R.J. Davis, Hunter Salas, Jalil Bethea, Jameer Watkins, and Cooper Flag?
I like that lineup way more, but I don't know if we'll be able to deal with the bigs that they're facing up against in the other conferences.
I'm fine if we want to do that, but I think they automatically lose any game they play if they do that.
Let's go Reno.
All right, we'll go Reno. Do you want Bethea?
Let's go Bethea. We're not. I'm not putting Renault on a team. That's absurd.
All right, we'll go Shefflin then.
Okay, let's go Shefflin then. But do you want Bethea or Watkins on there?
We'll go Watkins.
Yeah.
All right. So we have R.J. Davis, Hunter Salas, Jameer Watkins, Cooper Flag, Ian Shefflin. That's our ACC team.
What's the next one?
It's pretty disappointing.
Yeah.
Big East. I had Kaderi Richmond, Cam Jones, Aiden Mahaney, Alex Caravan, Ryan Kalkbrenner.
That's a great squad. I don't know if I'd make any changes to that. I think I might be good with that team, actually.
Others in consideration were Malik Mack, if you wanted to go 3 guards. I guess Mahaney sort of is still a 3-guard lineup. McNeely, if you want the freshman over Mahaney. Davon Smith, if you want bad spacing but like sick dunks. Bryce Hopkins, and then Dante Maddox are your Xavier player of choice. I just threw that in there as an option for Carter.
I think
Appreciate
Bryce
that.
Hopkins feels like the snub, but I also don't think he would be over anybody on this team except one of the UConn guys. I do think it's a little interesting. Like we've talked about how UConn may be less talented than they typically are, but then you make this team and they're the only Big East team with 2 guys in the top 5. I think Hopkins is probably better on paper than one of those UConn guys, but I'm good with having 2 UConn guys on the team, and I think that's the best version of the team.
Wait, let's roll with it. So yeah, just to repeat one more time, it's Kadari Richmond, Cam Jones, Aiden Mahaney, Alex Caravan, Ryan Kalkbrenner. On to the Big Ten. I kind of just want to let y'all cook with this, pass you the rock. I want to hear your top 5.
I think I go Braden. See, do we like a Braden Kasparis backcourt?
I do.
Okay, let's go Braden.
like that.
Let's go Braden Kasparis. I'm tempted to put him Baco at the 3.
What about Ace?
The team's just kind of small, but I guess you could put Kasparis at the 3.
If you
Ace Bailey's big.
Oh, are you saying Ace Bailey or Baldwin? Sorry.
Ace Bailey.
Ace Bailey.
Okay, I like Ace Bailey.
I mean, I'm kind of tempted to go Braden, Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey, Kasparis, and have Kasparis guard 3s, Ace Bailey guard 4s. Just go hella guard, 4-guard lineup.
Yeah.
And then the 5, I mean, there's a lot of good bigs. The only thing is if we're doing the 2 Rutgers guys, we leave out like Dawson Garcia, who I know you like.
Yeah, we need some.
Dawson Garcia is also a loser, so I'm totally
Yeah,
fine leaving him off.
All right, relax, Riley. Saltiness doesn't look good on you.
It's just, it is what it is.
Yeah, take your Lubin and enjoy it.
Is it the final one, Renew or Balo?
The thing that just holds me back with Balo so much is that like you can play that dude off the floor because he shoots 40% from 3 and he can't score from outside of 7 feet. He's really good at doing that though.
Yeah, I mean, I think on a team with as much guard talent as this one, the physicality would be the most
Would work.
thing,
Just like
but
everyone else can rock and Balo will hold down the rebounding.
all he would do is dunk. But I think like I don't know. I'm also coming around on the idea that Renew's Indiana's best player, but there's also rumblings that like Renew isn't a great mental guy to have be your best player. So
Yeah, I think we got to go Balo here.
okay.
The other guys in consideration would be like Golden at center, Derek Queen. I personally honestly rock with all the freshmen, put Derek Queen at the 5. Yeah, but no, I think we go Braden Smith, Dylan Harper, Kasparis Shakashonis, Ace Bailey, Umar Balo.
So we have 3 freshmen on the Big Ten team.
That was my exact team was that, but instead of Kasparis, I had Brooks Barnheiser for a special G Wizzy shout. I knew that would warm his heart.
Love Brooks, man.
I love my guy Brooks. I really do. He's going to be awesome this year. Okay.
So
That's
are you taking Brooks or KJ though?
I'm taking KJ. I'm doubling and tripling down on us being criticized for being overly high on the guy. I think we nailed Braden last year. I think we nailed KJ this year too.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, we'll roll with that. Smith, Harper, Yakashonis, Bailey, and Balo. So let's move down to the Big 12. I had Valdez, of course, running point. Caleb Love at the 2, AJ Storr at the 3, Norshad Omir at the 4, and Hunter Dickinson at the 5. There's a lot of guys in consideration, though. I'm not really the only ones I'm locked in on for sure, I would say, are Valdez and Hunter.
2 bigs scares me.
I know it's a weird fit, but it felt weird not putting Omir on the list when he's one of the more talented guys. But I mean, you could go Trey Townsend, you could put Milan Momcilovic on there. You could go small with Storr at the 4 and put Emmanuel Sharp in there. I mean, we could throw
Coleman at the 4 if you want Coleman Hunter.
Ooh, Coleman Hunter would be kind of nice.
2 Baylor, 2 Kansas guys on paper is interesting too. I think it's the right call, but I love Coleman Hawkins. I don't think Coleman should be on this team. I think there's too many other good players. Trey Townsend's a name we haven't mentioned. I'll make my official pitch. Y'all know where I'm going with it. I think Dickinson and Omir are too good. They got to be the front court. I think Storr's too good. He's got to be the 3. VJ Edgecombe's too talented. He's got to be the 4. Is that group of 4 better with Caleb Love in it, or is that group of 4 better with Taman Lipsey playing pure point guard, making sure everybody eats?
No Jeremy Roach in there?
I would go Lipsey, have Lipsey just be like fucking grindy, all defense, make sure all 4 of these dudes who want the ball get the ball.
Does fit.
I think that fits really well. Yeah, Lipsey I had in consideration. If you really want to go like double down on the freshmen and triple down on the Euros, throw Igor in there at the 1. Igor will get the teammates involved. But I think Lipsey probably deserves it based on what he did last year for sure.
Let's go Lipsey.
BJ Edgecombe's happier with Lipsey next to him than Caleb Love next to him.
I agree. So yeah, we got Taman Lipsey, VJ Edgecombe, AJ Storr, Norshad Omir, and Hunter Dickinson as our Big 12. So the Big 12 is nasty. I'll go ahead and spoil it. It's either the Big 12 or the SEC that's winning this. Probably not a big surprise, but it kind of hit me how much further ahead both those leagues are as I was struggling to pick 5 from each. Whereas with my beloved conference, I'm like, shoot, who else is good besides RJ Davis and Cooper Flagg? But yeah, let's close it out with the SEC. I had Mark Sears, Walter Clayton, Janelle Davis. Put Colin Murray Boyles at the 4. Could be talked. That's the one I could definitely be talked out of. Janai Broom at the 5.
That team's nasty.
That team is nasty. That team might win.
That team might win. I like
Sears,
that.
Clayton, and John L is
That's what I make
just a
sure we're
sick
not.
1 through 3.
That is no. Any Tennessee players make consideration for this?
I put Dubar in consideration just since he was our unexpected All-American last week.
Because who'd you have at the 4 in that team you just named?
CMB.
Greg, are you gonna
Oh.
make a push for Dubar to be at the 4 over CMB?
I'm not, especially in an exercise where like you're actually just trying to like win the basketball game. I think you take the guy with like the elite defense on paper and NBA tool stuff. I just am realizing right now, I want to say this out loud. This might be the best guard conference ever. I would be hard pressed to find a conference that has ever had 10 better guards in it at once than Jordan Pope, Tremont Mark, depending on how you feel about Chaz Lanier, like Josh Hubbard rocks, Mark Sears. I'm gonna mention AJ Hogarth because I'm contractually obligated to, and it's hilarious. Walter Clayton, John L, as you mentioned, Wade Taylor is like the 4th best guard here. Like, that's insane.
Yeah. Tony even getting down to like Missouri, like you still Tony Perkins.
Kirk Risa, like Hogarth's gonna get eaten alive on a night-to-night basis. It's gonna be insane.
Yeah, generation.
I think you have the right team, Riley. Though I wouldn't make a change.
Cool. Yeah, I think that you even mentioned the defensive tools. Broom and Murray Boyles is such a nasty defensive front court. I think they like that's about as good as you could hope for guarding Omir and Hunter if we're like matching those two up too. And I think on the other end, neither of those dudes can guard Janai Broom. So yeah, I think this team would be sick.
All right, I want to throw a curveball. Sorry to tweak your topic, but I'm throwing a curveball. There's a 6th team here. The 6th team is everyone else. You can pull 5 players from everyone else, not in a power conference. What's the best team we can make? Some immediate names for me. Robbie Avila, Tyrese Hunter with Memphis.
Graham Ike get a shot?
Yeah, I was gonna say I think you got to have you probably want to double up on Gonzaga players.
Everybody on Gonzaga for sure. Who's on New Mexico still? The one guard, Donovan Dent.
Donovan Dent.
Love Donovan Dent.
We don't need to overly think it, but like we could make a competitive team out of this, right?
100%.
Neek Clifford from Colorado State. He was a fringe NBA guy.
Miles Rubin. We want to keep the hype rolling.
Anybody in the Missouri Valley?
What'd you say?
I was seeing if there's anybody in the Missouri Valley who I'm forgetting.
Oh, relax, Sean Paul.
Okay, Avila played in the Valley last year.
I know. But like they all like Tucker DeVries left. Like all those guys left basically. Indiana State guys all left. So that's tough to do. Yeah. I think my lineup would be
Savion Lee.
Ooh, I think he's a non-negotiable.
Savion Lee is non-negotiable to me, and I think Robbie Avila's got to be close to non-negotiable too.
I think he's pretty close to non. So Savion Lee, guard. One of the Gonzaga guards. Are we putting Nemhard there?
I think we fill gaps with Gonzaga guys, either Nemhard or Hickman or EK.
Would you want Nemhard or Tyrese Hunter as your second guard?
I don't know.
I think I like Nemhard better.
I think I'd want Nemhard.
Or do we say no to both and just go Donovan Dent? I think
my personal favorite tune-in backcourt would be Savion Lee and Donovan Dent.
If we want to get crazy, we take Marshallonis over all those dudes.
That does seem a little bit crazy.
Marshallonis was good last year, man.
If you want to go
Player of the year in the league.
Can I at least give a shout out to Xavier Brown at St. Joe's who lit up Kentucky?
No.
All right. I don't feel that passionately about him.
You're not willing to really fight for that one.
Isn't Adama Ball back?
He is.
Adama Ball's back.
Yeah, he is. I think Adama Ball has to be in there.
I like Xavier Lee, Adama Ball, Robbie Avila, and then we got to fill gaps.
I want Donovan Dent on the team.
Tyrese Hunter, Donovan Dent, or all the Gonzaga guys, or Marshall Onis.
I say Xavier Lee, Donovan Dent, Adama Ball, Robbie Avila, and
Graham Ike?
I mean, yep. Could you make Avila and Ike work? I think you could.
Yeah.
I think so, because Avila can stretch the floor.
Yeah, I like that.
EK can do the posty thing.
That's a good team. Okay, so now we're going to take these 6 teams and we're going to college football playoff it. That's what's going to happen. So we need to seed these teams. We have ACC, RJ Davis, Hunter Salas, Jameer Watkins, Cooper Flagg, Ian Shefflin. They may be in contention to be like 5 or 6 seed, I would say. Big East is Kadari, Cam Jones, Aiden Mahaney, Alex Caravan, Kalkbrenner. That feels like a top 3. Braden Smith, Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey, Kasparis, Balo feels 4 or 5. Lipsy, VJ, Storr, Omir Dickinson is either the 1 or the 2 seed. Sears, Clayton, John L, Murray Boyles, Janai Broom is either the 1 or the 2 seed. And then Xavier Lee, Donovan Dent, Adama Ball, Graham EK, Robbie Avila, I think is probably in the play-in. So how are we doing this, boys?
So I think out of conference teams should be 6. Like non-major teams should be 6.
Yep.
I think ACC should be 5.
Yep.
4 seed.
I think it's Big Ten.
Big Ten.
I think it's Big Ten too.
Yeah, 4 seed Big Ten.
Yeah, if my league is a 5, y'all don't get to be any higher than a 4. I'm sorry.
Relax.
I think the 3 seed's Big East. The 2
Yep.
seed is let's
Big
call
12.
it Ooh, you going SEC 1 seed?
I'm going
I'd
SEC.
go SEC 1 seed also.
Wow. I think the Big 12, they feel disrespected at that number, but okay. All right, here we are. Okay. So then we play it out. 3 versus 6. 1 and 2 seeds got by. The non-major team versus the Big East. Xavier Lee, Donovan Dent, Adama Ball, Graham EK, and Robbie Avila versus Kadari Richmond, Cam Jones, Aiden Mahaney, Alex Caravan, and Ryan Kalkbrenner.
For sure there's not an upset here, right?
Who's coaching the Big East team? Hurley?
Hurley.
If it's Hurley, they're definitely advancing. If Hurley's in there, Hurley might win it all.
Hurley versus Mark Few, coaching the 6 seed?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Hurley.
You don't sleep on Few. If you could, I think there's a chance Few could get it done. But we can go Big East.
I think the point guards would struggle for the non-made. Like Xavier Lee dealing with Kadari Richmond pressing the full court would scare me. So,
Yeah.
All right, Big East advances. In the other play-in, we have the ACC versus the Big Ten. You couldn't draw it up any better. RJ Davis, Hunter Salas, Jameer Watkins, Cooper Flagg, Ian Shefflin versus Braden Smith, Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey, Kasparis, and Umar Balo. The only reason I don't think we dog walk them here, Cart, is because I don't know how we deal with Cooper Flagg.
Yeah, I don't know how we do either, unless Ace Bailey's ready for that smoke.
Is he ready for that smoke?
This is a toss-up, to be honest with you.
I think the ACC wins.
Really?
I don't think you have anyone on there who's guarding Davis or Flagg.
We don't have a guard defender. That's true.
He's cooking. I think RJ and Cooper are just gonna cook on pick and roll. Whether it's RJ handling, running the 2-man game with Flagg, or you let Flagg handle and have him screen with either Watkins or Shefflin. Like that's tough to stop.
There's
Hunter Salas.
There's no one on Riley's team who averages over 2 assists a game.
Watkins did.
Talking about pick and roll, more like pick and shoot. What's RJ Davis doing?
RJ can pass a little bit. Hunter can pass a little bit. Hey, what if you
keyword being little?
Okay, but you could run Coop at the 1 and have him spaced by RJ and Hunter Salas with Shefflin cleaning up the misses down low.
If you got to run Coop at the 1 to beat us, I don't think you're in a good spot.
So
like
y'all are just gonna blow up Cooper Flagg propaganda all year, but when it's time to put him at the 1, you're gonna tuck the tails in between the leg and dip so that your conference that
I'm going through this position like, how's Shefflin handling Balo?
With grit and determination.
Didn't
Next
Shefflin
question.
already handle Balo?
Let's pull up numbers from that game.
Clemson beat Arizona.
Clemson beat Arizona. Yeah, I don't think that was about Shefflin and Balo in a big way.
It might. Can we double check that?
Shefflin contributed a big 14 points, 7 boards.
Yeah, he did.
Dang, Balo had 15 and 15 though.
Okay,
Balo
yeah.
was one
Nobody
for
could
seven from
handle
the free. Balo was 1 for 7 from the free throw line. If we get this game close, we're hacking Balo every single time down the court.
Just to remind everyone, that entire game was about Caleb Love missing 13 shots and going 0 for 9 from 3 and throwing the ball off the backboard at half court. They lost by 5 despite
Yep.
that performance.
Also, like Pell Larson went 2 for 9, and Colin Boswell went 1 for 6.
Yeah. It was
But
bad.
Colin Boswell's amazing.
It was bad.
All right, so the ACC wins.
Yeah, ACC win.
ACC moves on. That means the semifinals are now the 5 seed upset ACC against the 1 seeded SEC. Sears, Clayton, John L. Davis, Murray Boyles, and Broome versus the ACC team we just talked about. I think they destroy y'all.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. I don't think there's much we can talk ourselves into.
Yeah, I concur. I can't really make a case for the ACC in that one.
Okay, so the SEC advances, and then on the other side, Big 12 versus Big East. This is going to get dicey. This is why the Big 12 is upset. They got seeded second overall here. Heyman Lipsy, VJ Edgecombe, AJ Storr, Omir, and Dickinson against Kadari Richmond, Cam Jones, Aiden Mahaney, Caravan, and Kalk. Dan Hurley versus Bill Self coaching. This comes down to the wire, I think.
I got the Big 12 winning.
I initially had the Big 12 by a lot, but I think all the Valdez highlight clips are getting to me and swinging that decision, because when you really break it down, I'm like, oh, Hunter and Omir, like, they should feast, but Calc might be the best. He's been the best rim protector in the country for what, the last 3 seasons?
I think they just stick Kalk near the rim, tell him block everything. It neutralizes the too big. And then on the other end, is Omir chasing Caravan?
Ooh.
Like that, I like advantage Big East there. You go
Yeah.
backcourt, Kadari Richmond versus Taman Lipsy.
Kadari.
And then it's like VJ and Storr are really good, but barring one of them going like 14 for 19 from the floor and just hero balling you, I like the layout of the Big East team more, I think.
I think I might go Big East.
I'm going Big East, pulling the upset cart.
I'll allow it, but I'm not a fan.
All right, final is the Big East versus the SEC. Kadari, Cam, Aiden, Caravan, and Kalk versus Mark Sears, Walter Clayton, John L. Davis, Murray Boyles, and Broome.
Is it Oates or is it Pearl coaching the team?
It's Rick Barnes. It's Mark Pope.
I got the SEC winning.
I got
I
the
don't-
Big East.
I think it's SEC. I don't think it matters who's coaching. Just with those 3 guards are just going to be so tough to like contain. Plus, you have Broome who can get his down low.
All right.
Yeah, SEC.
All right, we'll give it to the SEC. I think the Big East wins this, though. And stop doubting Dan Hurley, damn it. What's topic 2 today?
Topic number 2 is a new segment that I like to call Dream School. And to give a little background on this.
All the time. Sorry, keep going.
Y'all know what it's like when you hear a recruit say that your school, whether it's Michigan, whether it's Michigan State, whether it's UNC, is their dream school. It feels like that works out 1% of the time. I want to say both, like Brandon Ingram and Wendell Moore, both called UNC their dream school, then turned around and went to Duke. Every time I hear a recruit say UNC is my dream school, I just assume they're not going to get them. So I'm asking you to put yourself in the same position. Let's say you're a highly touted high school recruit. You're a 5-star. Maybe you could say high 4-star, borderline 5-star. You're ascending the rankings. You get that Michigan offer. You get that Michigan State offer. You say right away, oh, this is my dream school. Been waiting for this offer. But where do you actually go? Which school do you go to instead? So if you had to choose.
So it's not about who your dream school actually is. It's about where you would go.
Yes, where you would go instead of this. What school makes you spurn your heart's first choice? Michigan State, UNC, Michigan for the 3 of us respectively, and go somewhere else. And do you want to know what spawned this idea?
Yes.
Of course.
So I sent you the video of Baylor just released this hype video of their new facilities. And I watched 30 seconds of this and was like, I don't get how Scott Drew's ever going to lose a recruit again. These facilities are sick. The weight room was incredible. I watched this thing like if I was a highly touted recruit coming up, I'm like, all right, I'm ready to play for Hubert. Let's go. Carolina, I'm staying home. Let's get it. Let's get this natty back to Chapel Hill. But Scott Drew slides in with an offer, flies me out to Waco, and I see that weight room. Like I'm a Baylor Bear immediately.
That's crazy. That's dirty work. What you're doing to your fan base here. Okay, I like this. I can play this game. So we're assuming Cart's dream school is Michigan State, and my dream school is Michigan. But it's who would we spurn them for?
Yes, exactly.
I would spurn mine for like 20, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't mean to like ruin this dream school set. I would spurn it for anyone who's paying more than Michigan State. It doesn't matter where either. Like Kennesaw State could come in with a $1 million offer, and I will be a Kennesauian, whatever their mascot is. I would spurn my dream school for it just anything 10% above market value of what I see myself.
It's crazy, but okay.
Different.
I'll play the game though. I think mine would be UCLA.
What's
that would
calling
be
you
my
out to
answer.
Westwood, Gregory?
Number one, I think they have the best uniforms in college basketball. I'm a sucker for baby blue. I like Carolina's uniforms as well. I would put those top two, but you mix the yellow in. A nice yellow as an accent. I mean, it just touches the heartstrings. The first college basketball game I ever went to was Michigan versus UCLA in Ann Arbor. It was hard for me not to root for UCLA. Jordan Farmar was great. Love everything about the concept of playing college basketball in Los Angeles as well. I think that would be a great locale. It's blue bloody, but it doesn't feel like you're going to the bluest of blue bloods at this point because, like, since I've been alive, we obviously haven't seen UCLA dominate to the extent of a Kentucky, a Kansas, a Duke, a North Carolina. So I could mentally feel like I'm very prestigious while also feeling like I'm trying to build something new in the best looking uniforms. Beach fits would go crazy. Yeah, I like it. UCLA.
It's really easy for me to imagine Greg in a number 12 UCLA jersey relocating for a 3. And you kind of know, so I gotta get the compliment first. Here comes the negative side of things. Cart, you know when Greg posts his shooting workout videos and he kind of runs a little bit funny?
Yeah.
I think it would be pretty special watching you drain the 3 looking super athletic, then sort of lumbering back on defense in those UCLA jerseys.
With the knees knocking.
That's crazy, fellas.
It came with a good relocation 3
Yeah.
to start.
Yeah, I'm gassing up your game, but well, I know you're a smart player, so I'm not going to sleep on your defensive ability.
Oh, I
It's
have no
just-
defense. You just have a bad scout right now if this is what we're doing, but it's fine. I get it. I mean, you run a little funny. It was crazy. Did not have that on my bingo card, as Cart would say.
Yeah,
Well, I'll caveat that by saying, you know, sometimes when I've seen your shooting workouts, it doesn't look like you're putting the most effort into the running. So like maybe if you're truly locked in, you know, I could see you having a little more of a glide than like the shuffle when it comes
Shot
to running.
21 for 25 from 3. No, I'm not focused on cardio. I'm trying to make shots. What are we doing?
Respect it. In all seriousness, though, to my dream school thing, even though I'm very serious about that money part, for me it would be a blue blood. I need attention, eye guyness. I feel like my brand could very much be incredible at Duke. I think it'd be great at Kansas. But yeah, like I need attention. I need brand management. And you bet your sweet ass, Riley, if they send me enough money, I'll be shouting brotherhood to the mountaintops and singing that Cascadia song. Is it Cascadia? Who sings that? What is it?
Cascada, but yes.
Yeah, Cascada. Yeah, every time we touch on me while they're signing my checks.
Low key, Carter would have been a good Duke villain.
I wouldn't even have been a villain because I would have like openly loved UNC. I just would have been at Duke with it.
Yeah, I mean both Duke and North Carolina have had success with fat players lately, so it makes sense.
I didn't say anything about your running.
Greg, do you care to insult me in a Baylor jersey? I feel like I at least owe
No,
that
it
to
just I mean you in Waco works politically, so I get it.
Okay. We're just not gonna let a dude who runs like he has T-Rex arms puff out his chest at us right now.
You played college basketball, and I've never seen you do anything redeemable on a basketball court in the 12 years I've known you.
That's on you. You're a 3-time state champ in tennis. I've never seen you do anything redeemable on a tennis court.
Am I supposed to be playing tennis actively still? I'm not in a men's league every single week. I don't clip. I don't spend 3 hours a week clipping.
You should be. When's the last time I clipped something?
I don't know.
Exactly. Shut your ass up.
You're pretty busy these days.
You are.
Well, that was a fun topic.
Topic number 3, what we got?
So I want to talk some about the 2025 recruiting class. And I know about a month ago, y'all debated Cam Boozer versus AJ DeBanza. But recently, you know, we're coming off of Peach Jam. I was dialed into a Kevin Sweeney article breaking down Peach Jam, breaking down this class. And he had some good quotes from NBA scouts in there about how the class of 2025 truly could be special, that it's the best class in years. One of the highlights was there was a scout who said DeBanza could be the best player in the NBA, like one day when he's in the NBA. Of course, you have Cam Boozer. You know, we talked about him, but just super productive, averaged, I think, 20 and 10 throughout EYBL play. But even beyond those top two, you have Koa Pete, you got Teron Stokes, who's probably going to reclass. You have Darren Peterson, who just dropped a 38 burger against Indiana Elite in the Adidas circuit. And I'd even throw Caleb Wilson in there as well, who played alongside the Boozers for Knight Riders. But as we look at this class, I think, I mean, maybe it's worth talking about who we think is the best, but I also want to know who is your favorite out of this group, and do you have a hot take? So favorite and hot take about this class.
Okay. I like this. Let me just make sure
I like it too.
I don't miss anybody here. Pull up the rankings real quick. So you said hot take, favorite player, and what was the other one?
If you want to say which one you think is the best, I think I would guess we all lands on either DeBanza or Boozer. I can't remember which ones y'all said a month ago, but yeah, the big 6 in this class, I had DeBanza, Cam Boozer, Koa Pete. I don't know if I actually might not have mentioned Pete already. Koa Pete, Teron Stokes, Darren Peterson, and Caleb Wilson. And I know Stokes hasn't reclassified in here yet, but I think that's the expectation, so I put him in there.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna stay strong here in saying that DeBanza is the best in this class. I'm gonna stay packed with that. My hot take of this class is that I think outside of AJ DeBanza, Jalen Harrelson will end up being the best pro out of this class.
So not even going outside of like the top 6 quote unquote generational types.
Yeah, yep, even outside of that. And then I'm not sure if it's I guess I already said that's the hot take. So I guess like my underrated thing is it underrated?
It was actually just one, like, who's your favorite to watch?
Oh, my favorite to watch? Ooh. Favorite to watch is honestly, it's either Kyan Anthony or maybe Darius Acuff. I think so. I go favorites to watch.
This class is so great.
This class is just like fun in general.
It's sick.
Like I love watching this whole class.
It's absurdly good and fun. There's like 10 incredible fun scale guys. Like not even just talent. Like just fun dudes to watch. Yeah, I like your answers. I agree with a lot of what you said. I think my favorite player is Jasper Johnson. I fall in love with left-handed bouncy guards like that. And he's like, if I could create a point guard in a lab, it would be Jasper. I think he rocks. My hot take would be, I'm torn in 2 different directions. Which way to go with this? I guess my hot take would be that Kyan Anthony ends up being the leading scorer from this entire class in college.
Ooh.
Like, I think it feels like he may end up at like Syracuse or somewhere kind of random. And I feel like Boozer's going to end up at a blue blood. DeBanza's going to, I don't know where the hell DeBanza will go. Maybe he'll go somewhere where he'll average 42. But I could see Kyan like in the 20s as a freshman. And just the best pure bucket getter out of everybody. My backup hot take would be that DeBanza's a long-term bust.
Wow.
long-term bust. Like
Just
not
too
a
much.
not a college bust necessarily, but like goes to college, his team doesn't make the tournament, he puts up great numbers, he gets drafted first overall, and then like 7 years into his career, he's like a poor man's Andrew Wiggins.
I was just gonna say, so you look at his career taking like an Andrew Wiggins-esque like career path.
like I think Andrew Wiggins would be a good outcome for AJ DeBanza.
I
A
don't.
good outcome. I feel like
That's
that's like that to me seems like worst case for AJ DeBanza.
That's what people tell me. That's why it's a hot take. But I think there's way too much nonsense with him. I don't trust it.
Fair. I thought what you said, I think it was on Wednesday's show about how you're using your whole NIL budget on him and all the red flags. Good points. Hadn't really considered that with him just because, like, I mean, he's a joy to watch, shot making special, and he's still, I would also say he's the best player in the class. Not too hot takey there. Guys who I love to watch, I love watching Caleb Wilson. I know he's like still kind of raw and he played really well in Peach Jam, but was pretty inefficient throughout EYBL leading up to that. But it's the dunks are electrifying. I think he's a pretty good like playmaker on ball. Love watching Koa Pete as well, just because of the motor. That's something that Greg and I have talked about. But someone outside of like this top 10, I love Nico Bundalo, I think is how you say his last name.
Bundle up.
Michigan State target cart.
Need him
That
bad.
dude's a stud.
I like him so much more if we pronounce it Bundalo instead of Bundalo. That was
I'm
awesome.
with that.
I'm almost positive it's Bundalo. That's
Is
like
it?
yeah.
Oh, he's the one.
Nico
he's-
Bundalo is special card.
He's the one.
Well, I'm trying to think of my like Slavic language lessons days when I studied Czech because he's Serbian and the emphasis in last names is always on the first syllable. So maybe it's Bundalo, but we can say we can say Bundalo. Hot take is I think Teron Stokes ends up the number 2 pick, eclipsing Cam Boozer. And that's not a slide on Boozer. I know people might think, oh, I'm just being antagonistic because he's a Duke legacy kid. I just think Teron Stokes is special.
The team drafting like 7th in this draft is going to get a franchise player, I feel
Like, dog, I'm like scrolling down like an On3 right now, and I'm like in the 60 range. And they got like Caden Mingo down here, who's absolutely awesome.
He's great.
Like, and like Caden Magwood, who's awesome. Like, there's just. Do you know who Spencer Aarons is, Greg?
I've heard the name.
Oh, he's 75% crystal ball to you guys.
Oh.
Where I'm looking for Spence. I'm on a different site than you are.
Oh, he's right. He's right. Dude, Caden Lewis is 75th in this class.
I'm on 24.
On 3?
Yeah.
Then
He dropped, I think.
The 24/7 composite still has Braden Mullins in the 70s, but he's 23 in their personal rankings.
I forgot Jack McCaffrey was in this class.
Yeah,
Jermaine O'Neal Jr.?
This class is awesome.
Tyrus Rathan Mays?
Wait,
There's another
wait a
Rathan
minute.
Mays?
Rathan Mays' brother?
Yeah.
What?
A lot of fun players.
I love this. I didn't know. Oh, Dorian Jones committed to Ohio
There's
State?
a redhead named Ryder with a Y, Frost.
Oh yeah, Ryder Frost. He's from he's a Boston kid, I'm pretty sure. He's like kind of nice.
I love this class so much. Okay, that was fun. One big thing presented by Duncan Mechanical Solutions. Riley, what do you got?
You have fresh markets in Michigan.
Yes.
So
At least by me, I think.
Yeah, they do.
So I know in recent weeks it's come to the forefront that this is a pro peanut butter podcast. like to consume peanut butter in a variety of ways. Fresh Market's honey roasted peanut butter that you get freshly ground. It's top notch. It's a little on the pricier side, but 100% worth it. You won't have better peanut butter.
Okay. Fresh ground peanut butter. See, the thing is, like, about the natural peanut butter is it's really because it's just peanuts, is that it gets like all oily and like I hate that and having but I'm not mad at your take.
Though.
I've been trying to separate myself from peanut butter for like the last 2 years because like it's just awful for you. But also PB2 is ass. Like really ass. So like if you're gonna eat peanut butter, just go for the real peanut butter.
What's PB2? There's a second peanut butter?
It's like healthy peanut butter. All it is powder, and you add water, and it's like basically healthy peanut butter. But my brother and Riley Davis, it it's not comparable.
Also,
It's,
peanut butter is only unhealthy for you if you eat it by the spoonful out of the tub.
no, it's unhealthy for you even just like if you're making a sandwich. Like if you make like one
'Cause you
side of
got
the bread and make a PB&J, like that peanut butter alone is probably something like the sugar and calories in that is insane.
the sugar's not bad. I mean, maybe if you have there's like the palm oil and the other unrefined oils that are probably bad for inflammation, but as a whole, it has good fats in it, has protein.
Yeah, that works for you. Every 100 calories I eat a day goes straight to my ass.
It's a great ass though.
Thanks. My one big thing for today is that I love you both, even when we lash out at each other.
I love you too,
I love you
Cart.
too, Cart. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
I'm
My
sorry
one
I said I'm sorry I said you run funny, Greg.
It's okay. I deserve it. I do run funny. My one big thing, I'm gonna give you both.
Can you get back at Riley though?
What do you mean?
Well, like I mean, like we're just letting him slide while he has a Motel 8 serial killer background, hotel room background.
And a giant forehead.
My attempt was the politics thing. I don't have much more on Riley. My one big thing, I wanted to give you both a superficial and then genuine from the heart compliment real quick. So Carter, superficially, I would like to say I'm very jealous of your hat game in general. I feel like I am definitely becoming a hat man out of necessity and style. And when people ask me, like my wife's like, can I buy you some hats for your birthday or something? And she asks for examples. I just come up with things I've seen you wear. Feels like every day you have a hat on that I've rarely seen. And it's just really nice and impressive and versatile. Riley, you are very naturally tan, I feel like, but when you go to the beach, you get this really beautiful glow on you that I'm very jealous of, because when I spend too much just minutes, if I spend 45 minutes walking to the gym instead of driving my car to the gym, I end up burnt and I look horrible. I look like you left a piece of bread like in the toaster too long, like you just forgot to look at it. It gets like all charred and gross. You look very nice and natural and handsome. I dare do say. From the heart, Riley, I think you're a great dad, and I brag to my wife a lot that I get to talk to you about dad things, and I really appreciate that. And goals, bringing your kid on vacation, that's really special. And Cart, I think everybody gives you credit for being funny and even the work ethic stuff. You're also just like a top tier friend, and I want to make sure that's known. Don't think it's lost on me that like somebody got a little too snippy in the comments section, and you're just there to have my back. Like you're always there to have my back. You're just a dependable, great person.
Wow. I love this
Yeah.
one big thing.
Now,
That was great.
I had
Thank
a
you, G.
different
It
one
means a
big
lot.
thing though prepared for before all that. I just owed you guys that after lashing out. So can I do my one big thing real quick?
Of course.
Okay, my real one big thing at the coffee shop today, drive through. Oh my God, did I just forget my one big thing?
No. No.
Oh, I think it was, God, I can't remember. Something along the lines of the woman was saying thank you to me. She was like, thank you. I don't know why she'd be thanking me, but I'm pretty sure I got a thank you from the barista at the window. And instead of saying thank you, she said, I thank you. And that's been sitting with me. I think that's a power move. Like in your everyday life, if you try to tell someone thank you, you just hit them with it like, I thank you.
Wait, no, you're on to something here because it's like if you had an I in front of something, like it hits different. It's like, I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
The I definitely adds a little extra oomph.
Yeah, it's like using a semicolon for no reason.
Yeah. It's like you just want people to know, like, I'm the one. Thank you. This is a me move. It's a great way to be an I guy in your everyday life.
I love that. Can I have one last closing statement, even though this has gone long?
Please.
Greg, are you an online mobile order guy? I feel like that would very much benefit you.
Um, yeah, but I can't be because I have a problem.
What's the problem?
Well, at the wedding on Saturday, uh, I drunkenly DoorDashed Arby's to my residence, and then I got home and went to bed without telling anyone in the house with me that I had DoorDashed Arby's. So, woke up in the morning to my wife being like, "You DoorDashed Arby's last night. It's sitting on the porch."
So that's why you can't order coffee on mobile.
I don't wanna, like, mobile order thing. I think if I know it can just be delivered to me or anything like that,
Gotcha.
I abuse it.
Okay, that makes sense. I feel like it would make your process a lot easier.
You mean like when you go to a drive-through, you just have already mobile ordered?
Yeah, like you drive through, pick it up, scoop, get on out of there. If you want to go in, grab it from the counter, like it's like ready.
I tried to do that once with Starbucks with my wife made me order through the app and I had a horrible experience with it. So I've been
Mm.
very anti ever since. But if you say I got to give it a try, I'll give it a try.
I'm also very anti, but my wife is always like mobile order, and I hate it.
It feels like it overcomplicates it.
Yeah, it does. Like I want to look my barista in the eyes.
Yeah. Whatever happened to a good old fashioned I thank you, you know? It's weird. All right, that's the show. Thanks to Riley for making this work on vacation. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll be back Monday.